Hey guys, it's Sheila Davis, and today we're going to be talking about planning strategically and tracking your progress as a real estate agent. Now, this is really important, and we're going to talk more about it as I show you how my strategy planner works. But what you're going to find is that you're going to be able to see where you are now, where you want to be, and how you can get there. I think you guys are going to love it. So go ahead and follow along. I'll show you how to use it online and offline. Okay, so this is where you are right now and you're just watching this video. And there's two options right below the video. One, to download the PDF, which you can use by just writing it out on paper, which is fine. But if you're working with an assistant, or if you want to be able to use this from any computer, the best option really is to use this Google link. So all you're going to have to do is just click on the link, and that will open up the Google Doc immediately. Now, if you aren't logged in, it will ask you to log into a Gmail account, and you'll just need to log in to be able to use it. Now, this is what you'll see, and this is my original, and so I don't want anyone to edit it but me. So this will be updated as maybe there's new things that you guys want added to the planner or tracker, or other things that you find of value that will be added, and you'll always have access to this. So what you want to do is go up here to File and make a copy of the strategy planner, and once you make a copy of that, it will be in your Google Docs. And in order to get to your Google Docs, you'll just go up here to your Gmail, log into your Gmail, and then these little squares right here, you're just going to click on that and click on Drive, and then you can do a search for whatever it is that you have named it. And you can name it Strategy Planner and Tracker. It doesn't have to be anything different than that. You may want to name it your name, or maybe your brokerage, or something like that. But you will always have access to this, and whenever you edit this document, it won't affect my document. So now I'm going to go ahead and close this, and I'm going to show you one that I have actually added some information to and show you how to use it. So on this first page, and on every page, right here in this first box, you can add your name or your brokerage's name. This way you can use it for different team members or for assistants or whatever you'd like to use it for. You're going to add the date, what quarter it is, what version this planner tracker is. Now, I recommend you doing this every quarter. So, and then the initials of the person who is editing this. Sometimes that's going to be the realtor, sometimes that may be an assistant if you're working with someone. So you'll want to add that information. Now on this first page, this is going to be really important. Right here in this first section where it says current situation, you want to type in what your current situation is. It's pretty self-explanatory. What is the big picture of where you are? Is your desk piled with papers? You can't find your listing agreements? You're struggling to keep track of phone numbers? Maybe you only had 10 listings last year, and this year you want to have 100. What is your current situation? Do you have an assistant? All of that. And then what you're going to do is go over here to your ultimate situation. If you were living your ultimate year or your ultimate quarter, what would that look like? Would you have an assistant doing all of your paperwork, and the only thing you are doing is actually talking to buyers and sellers? Or maybe you're setting up a new brand and you're promoting that brand, or maybe you're starting your own brokerage. That would be great. So look at that ultimate picture, your ultimate situation, and type that in here. Once you have completed that under current situation, you might want to break down right here any strategies you have that are not working. Right here under current situations, strategies that you're doing, what the details are, and what the results are for those current situation. And then over under ultimate situation, you'll want to maybe use that strategy and tweak it a little bit to make it better. What kind of things could you add? What kind of options could you have? Maybe one of your strategies is email marketing, and right now the strategy is nothing. We don't send out any emails. Or like a lot of realtors I've seen, they have a title company sending out emails and you don't have any control over it. This is not good. You want to have control over your email marketing because that is going to be building relationships with the current clients that you have worked with. So maybe your current situation would be no email marketing. I don't have a CRM. I don't have access to my email list. I actually had that situation with an agent where he had a huge email list. He had no access to it. Basically the title company owned his list. He didn't know what was being sent out, and when he finally looked, he was in shock. He didn't know his open rate. He didn't know his unsubscribe rate. He didn't know if people were responding to the emails. So it wasn't a great strategy that was working for him. So what we did is we created a new strategy where we were able to get most of his list. We got about 2,000 people. We were able to create a strategy to welcome them, to invite them to do a Facebook event where he was giving away some things on the Facebook for like and for a comment on his Facebook page. So he built his Facebook page from nothing to where it was very active, and since people were commenting, it was showing up in their feed, so they continued to comment. And then he also had their emails, so that he was then able to start building that email relationship and send out an email or two a week. So what is your current situation? What is your current strategy, and what are the details of the strategy, and maybe what is your ultimate situation for that strategy? That's what you're going to want to put here. So I've just added a few spaces. You can always remove or add more. And then I always have a section for notes at the bottom as well. So that's going to be where you are right now and where you want to be. Now, if you look right here in the middle, there's a big gap. And what we're going to talk about next is your gap strategy. So how are you going to get from your current situation to your ultimate situation? So again, you're going to add your brokerage name up here. You're going to add the date, the quarter, the version, the initials. And then what you're going to do is there's two different things we need to look at: the action and the results. And we need to look at for current relationships as well as new relationships. So what you're going to do right here is you're actually going to add what actions that you're taking and what the results are. So using maybe Facebook, let's say that your current action at Facebook is that you're posting once or twice a day and you're posting listings, and the results are that you're not getting any engagement. And chances are what's happening is there's actually a local photography company who takes pictures of homes for agents, and that is all they post. Literally at the end of the day, they post about 100 pictures of homes that they have taken photos for, and with the listing information. Well, I'm good friends with the owner, but I have blocked them from my page because I don't want to see that. What I'd like to see are maybe some ideas on how I can take pictures of my home to show it, or maybe take pictures of working with a realtor to stage a property or something like that. So make sure that you're posting things that people will find of value. And agents like to talk about real estate, but homeowners don't. So if you're just posting your listings, you are not going to see results. So this is what you're going to talk about right here is, what am I doing right now with my current SOI or my current sphere of influence, and what are the results that I'm getting? And then down here in this bottom section, you want to build your SOI. You want to create fame for yourself. Are you doing anything? Are you in a magazine? Are you writing for Inman News? Are you writing for Realtor.com? Do you have a current blog that at the end of each blog you have a call to action to get them to add to your list? What are you doing to actually build your sphere of influence and add, so that then you put them in the relationship building stage? And so let me show you a little bit what that might look like. So this is one that I just filled out. And so the action would be, I want to revive my email list. So the first thing I'm going to do is find a CRM. I'm going to add the emails to the list. I'm going to email the list. And then I'm going to invite them to do something, like to respond and say, what are your real estate questions? What are your questions about being a renter? What are your questions about home ownership? What are you struggling with right now? I'd love to do a Q&A video in reply to that. And maybe another strategy could be to join some marketing groups to get more ideas if you don't have a lot of marketing ideas. Or you could even plan a social media event and give away something to your current list for giving you a review on your Facebook page, because when they do that, that makes you look really good. And then let's say to build your SOI or to create fame, maybe you're going to go out and you're going to be told no 25 times in a day or 25 times in a week. The power of no. What is the worst thing that can happen if you ask somebody, hey, do you know anybody who needs a realtor? They say, no, I don't. You're done. You move on to another conversation. Maybe another option is to contact 5 FSBOs on the way to or from work every day. So you'd prepare a packet to drop off at their house. You would plan a route. You would hopefully get their email address and share some home ownership and marketing strategies with them if they want to sell their own home. You're going to be providing value to them. So if they do decide to list their home, they're going to call you as opposed to somebody who just randomly calls them up on the phone and says, hey, I just saw that your house isn't listed anymore. I'd like to help you list it. But if you go and you drop off a packet and say, hey, here are the real estate forms that you'll need to be able to sell your home on your own, and I just want you to have the best selling experience possible, so here's just a little packet of information for you. Not salesy at all. You're providing them with information. Of course, everything is branded with your information, and they very easily can get back in touch with you, even as opposed to the realtor who just randomly called them when they were in the middle of dinner. So, something to think about. Maybe you're going to plan an event with a title company, a mortgage company, a car dealership, a photographer, or a flower shop, where you partner with them to create an event and invite the people on your list, and they invite the people on their list, and you both are able to build your list. So those are just a couple of ideas that you could do here in this gap strategy. Once you have decided what you want to fill up in that gap strategy planner, you want to put it onto your gap planner. And what you're going to do is you want to be sure and have something every quarter. So every quarter you want to have an event or a big Facebook thing or a big email marketing thing or whatever it is that you're going to do. And you're gonna get those ideas from this gap strategy, and then you're gonna put it over into your gap planner. So let's say in February you're gonna have a Valentine's Day event, and then in May you're gonna have an Easter egg hunt, or maybe that's gonna be in April. In July you're gonna have, maybe you'll have a school giveaway, like where you collect donations, and then for needy families you can donate backpacks with stuff that they need. And this is a really great way to build relationships. You could do a trunk or treat in October that you sponsor, or you could do a pie giveaway in November. These are all ways to build relationships and to gain fame. So you're just going to plan that out. And the reason that you're going to plan it out like this is so that, like, this month is April. Well, this month I know that next month I'm going to be doing something, so I need to get everything in place this month so that my event for next month will work smoothly. So you want to plan everything in here. And I would even go ahead and plan out blog post ideas or social media ideas, whatever, your postcard mailings, whatever it is you're going to do. Try and plan those ahead as far in advance as you can. Now, once you've got everything planned and everything is put into motion, you want to track everything that you do. So I would start today and enter your information into this tracker. This tracker will tell you, you'll actually be surprised. So what you want to do is, this is your SOI, your sphere of influence. How many people are on your list? Are they opening your emails? What's the bounce rate? Meaning, you have an open house, you collect 50 names, and 25 of them bounce. And so you're getting bad emails. Take a look at that and see how you can prevent the bad emails from coming in and making sure that you're getting good quality emails. How many people are unsubscribing? If that number is really high, that means you're not sending out good content. Then you're going to keep track of your listing appointments, your buying appointments, your listings that you list, the buyers that you sign, the closings and everything. You're going to do that all in here. And let me show you how that's going to look when it's filled out. So let's say you have 2,000 people on your list, 30% of them are opening, it's got a 2% bounce rate and 6 unsubscribe. That's not too bad. If you go higher than that on your bounce rate, that's not good. If you go higher than that on your unsubscribe, you really want that to be more around 2 or 3. just because people get bombarded with emails and they'll just go ahead and go off. But your open rate, 30% is really low. You want that to be more up around the 70 or 80%, and you need to be able to track that. And then you just keep track of your listing appointments, and you can see how many, what percentage you're closing, your buying appointments and what percentage you're closing of those. And you want to keep track of your commissions, what your average commission is, and I'm going to show you how to do that real easy in the production. And you'll keep track of all of the appointments. This is actually a calculation right here. So if I change this number to 8, you'll see that the other number should automatically change. There we go, 14. So this actually is a calculation that's already made for you as well as this. So if you look at the tracker, see where it says DIV, and it has zeros in it, that means that there's a calculation there. So all you have to do is start adding numbers in, and it will automatically start giving you percentages and giving you all of your totals. So that takes a lot of the work out for you. So you want to keep track of how many people are visiting your website, and all of this information. You can keep track of your blog topics, which is your top topic. So start seeing a pattern with what people really like to see and open and read and comment. You want to attend networking events and keep track of that. You want to be in touch with FSBOs. You want to plan your own events and keep track of those numbers. Keep track of your open house numbers, how many calls you're making, how many mailers you're sending out, and what the conversion rate is. Now, what you want to do is every time you talk to somebody, if you get a phone call, is ask them how they heard about you. If you're not asking that question or finding out the answer to that question, you really don't have an idea of what marketing is actually working for you. Another really important thing is I have right here is the Core 100 referrals. Now, this is what Jared James calls it. He calls it the Core 100. I call it the referral circle or something like that. Is if you have a handyman, a plumber, a roofer, a title company, a mortgage company, a landscaper, all of the things that homeowners might need, they become your Core 100, and you refer people to them. And because you're referring people to them, and they will refer people back to you. So if you build a great relationship with someone who maybe lays concrete, then you sell a home and you see that they need a new driveway. You tell them to contact your concrete person. You contact your concrete person and say, hey, has Mr. and Mrs. Smith contacted you? And if not, give him their number. And then he will know that you referred them, and you will know that they got in touch with him. And then when he sees someone who needs an agent, then he will return the favor. And I would always send a gift for anybody who has any kind of referral. So if someone sends you a referral, send them a gift, whether it's even just like a $5 Starbucks card, just with a little thank you note that says, hey, thanks for sending the referral. Then you'll actually get even more referrals. So let's move over to production. In the production, it's really important that you're keeping track of all of your numbers so that you can plan ahead. So I've actually went ahead and filled one of these out with just a little bit of information, but you can see over here that the calculations are being done for you. You won't have to do any calculations, and even if you add more rows, which you just click on the row, double or right click, and then insert a row, it will not, you can just then copy this. So Control C and Control V, Control C, Control V, and then those calculations will work as well. And so this is one that I filled out just with some random information to show you how it works. So right up here, this is going to see your ultimate goal. So let's say you want to make $500,000 this year, and your actual amount is calculated. It's brought up from this number down here. I'll show you that in a minute. And then it subtracts it, and so you can see that you've earned $129,000 so far this year, and you still have $370 to reach your goal. right underneath that is going to show you where your referrals are coming from. And I'll show you how that works over here, but this will tell you some really valuable information. If you are never getting any referrals from your website, maybe it's time to make a change. If you're not getting any referrals from Zillow or Trulia or Realtor.com or wherever it is you are subscribing, maybe it's time to unsubscribe and save yourself some money. So what you're going to do when you get a client is enter their name or their address, however you like to keep track of it, and their address. You can add either or both. Then you're going to add if they're a seller or a buyer. Now, sometimes they may be both, and that's fine too. You just put the number 1 if they're a seller and the number 1 if they're a buyer. And what that's going to do is show you how many sellers and how many buyers right down here at the bottom that you currently have or have had. Then you're going to add your source, like where did they come from? How did they hear about you? And then you're going to use this source to add the numbers over here. So this number here, number 7, should match up with the total transactions down here. So this is something that you can do, maybe, every quarter, just go in and add these numbers, and you can see that we're getting 29% from our core 100 and 29% from past clients. And really you want to have this have at least 3 to 5 resources that are providing more than 10% of your prospects coming in. So you want to have, right here we've got all of these. We've got social media bringing them in, direct marketing bringing them in, core 100 bringing them in, referrals bringing them in, and past clients bringing them in. So you want to keep track of that so that you know where to spend your time and your money. Then you're going to put in here the date that you've closed so that you'll know if it's open or closed. You're going to add what percentage that you earned off of that sale. So you put in the total sales price, and it calculates for you your total gross commission. So you don't have to do this. This is already calculated. And then let's say that you keep 75% of that because your broker gets 25%. Then that leaves you with this total for your commission. So you earn $17,000 on this particular commission, or $18,000, pretty close. And like I said, it all calculates down here. And then if you look down, you'll see that your average commission, whatever that is, so in this case it's 2.64, you'll see the average home sales price. This should be, I think I grabbed that from the wrong place, so I will actually fix that. This should be this total. So your average sales price, okay, wait, this divided by this. So I will fix that and make sure that that's correct on yours. So your average sales price is about $900,000, and then your average net commission is $18,000, and that is this commission number right here, your end commission that you get after your 75%. Your end commission average is about $18,000. So you can figure, if you know that $18,000 is your average commission and you want to make $500,000, what you're going to do is you're going to say, I want to make $500,000, and so I'm going to take that and I'm going to divide it by 18,000, and that's going to tell me I need to sell 27 homes or 28 homes this year to reach my goal. Okay? So that's going to be really valuable to you, is to tell you how many homes that you need to sell. And then you can maybe, even if you increase your average home price, then that's going to increase your average commissions as well. So this will really help you keep track of those things. Now, another thing that we need to be sure and do as business owners is always have our budget worked out. So what you can actually do is you can go over here to your production. Well, let's go back to budget. What I did over here on budget, I filled out a little budget, is I took the income and you put in the equal sign, and then you can go back over here to production, and let's say you're going to average at least one home sale every single month, and you know your average commission is going to be $18,000 net. So you just click on that area and then click enter. And what that does is brings that number over here. So as that number changes, then you'll see that this number will change. And so each month, it will show you what your income is going to be. And let's say your wife makes $10,000 and you make $18,000, or vice versa. Then you can go in and take out, what am I going to do for charity, for food, savings, clothing, mortgage payment, car payment, health insurance, life insurance, all of that. And when you get to the bottom, it can show you how much more money you need or how much money you have left over at the end of each month. So it's really important that you keep track of your budget. And one thing I want to be sure and point out is that when you're considering, when you are a business owner, you do need to make sure that you are budgeting for marketing, outsourcing, licensing, taxes, all of that information. I highly recommend that you put 25% into marketing and at least 35% into taxes, and try and live off the remainder so that you can continually build your business. And the very last tab I have for you here is your inspiration. So make a list of books, try and read at least one book a month, or do some kind of training every month in order to continue your education and your mental training and improving yourself every single month. Whether that's joining a Facebook group or asking other realtors what they think, or listening to podcasts, or reading books like the 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People, or this will really help you to develop and grow your real estate business. Now, I developed this and it works great for the agents I'm currently working with, and I even use it for my own business as well, and I do this every quarter. It really helps me get grounded, see what's working and what's not working. Now, take a look around on the rest of the page, as I do have some other resources. Schedule a time to chat if you would like. I'd love to discuss with you where you are in your real estate business and where you can see yourself going. And don't forget, you can always submit questions on my Facebook group. The link is below. And I would like for you to know also that I'm currently building a membership site for real estate agents where I will be able to teach either you or your assistant how to do transaction coordinating, how to get your systems and processes in place, how to run your business smoothly and make more money, as well as how to really do marketing, because I know a lot of real estate marketing resources that agents have through their brokerage. That's not actually marketing, it's more like graphic design. So what I want to give you is the ability to learn how to actually market and do lead generation for your real estate business. And I'm going to have lots of other training in there. So if there's something you would like to see in there, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you in any way. Reach out to me on Facebook or through the group, however, and let me know what you would like to see in the training, or what you would like to even see in this planner tracker. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions, and you guys have a great day.